Hey guys, this is Pharaoh 2091, and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney for the Nintendo DS. Yeah, I am gonna try to correctly position this jar to make it, so that, it looks like the Blue Badger. I always sucked at doing this, but, hold on, let me just see, hold on. Man, I doubt I'm doing it right, but... Oh, actually... Oh, wait. That's not exactly right. I'm so damn confused. Actually, wait. I think I know what to do here. Just raise that a little. I think that's how it's supposed to be like. I believe that's it. So, let's take a look. Well, is this a miracle or what? Yeah, there we go, I got it. Oh, I hate the positioning of that thing. No one can possibly deny the jar's resemblance to the Blue Badger. That is one hell of a coincidence. No, it can't be! Order! Order! The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious Blue Badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this... thing. Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point? What do you mean? So that Badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything! I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything! Indeed. Very well then, please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar? Shit, what was it? I think it was location, I believe. Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. Not only that, but she saw it at a very specific angle. Knowing this, where could she have been where could she have seen this jar? Where? The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gant. But that body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk. The witness testified so herself. Yes, and it's these two facts that remain what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room in Chief Gantz's office. Are you implying the murder moved the victim's body, from Damon Gantz's office to Lana Sky's office? Yes. Why would he do that? There's no reason! Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason. Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright? I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? That would have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall? Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit? The suit of armor! holding a very sharp and dangerous-looking sword. Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have been Neil Marshall, wielding the prosecutor's award. No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking. Yes, there is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room. Another possibility. Of course, the perpetrator would have had no idea, but nevertheless, I don't know if I can go through with this. Mr. Wright, what's the matter? If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Skye knocked away was actually Neil Marshall. Oh wow. Really? Is that what's going on? Is that what really happened? Oh god. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? Uh-oh. No! Oh boy, why'd you have to tell her that? Uh-oh. Thud? Someone fell! I never imagined her testimony would lead to this. So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented. Whatever. What? What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Skye, but given the circumstances... Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall! How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her? Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out that what Emma did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I had no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? I'm willing to bet you don't. Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence. If we don't have any evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. We certainly can't get dead people to testify, although that would be awesome. This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. Touché, Miss Skye. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility. You mean, there's still another possibility? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? I mean, the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. Somehow. That's impossible! Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist? I've got to think back to the court record. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind? Yeah, in the evidence. This message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright! Will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer? Do not be mistaken, Miss Skye. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There's only one thing we seek. The truth. No matter how painful it may be. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased. Yep, actually, it's this again. And why, you may ask? Remember, when we first got the, jar put together, I believe it was Gumshoe or even us, so we were like, you know what, this kind of seems like it has a weird pattern to it. It wasn't just a coincidence that pattern was there. This is the message left by the deceased. This is that blue badger from before, right? Oh, is he going to just speak the killer's name? If that thing could, I'm sure it would. Looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. A message was left here, on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar. It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Yes, but notice, for some reason, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away. Yes, there is a line here, drawn in blood. So what are you saying? Is these dots were once lines? Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used a few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message. One thing that someone apparently wiped away. But blood must be seeped into the jar while the lines change directions. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points, and the victim's message will become apparent. No! Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us? Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains will reveal to us the answer. I've got to connect these dots to make letters. There's only one thing the victim could have written, given the circumstances. What's the murderer's name? The murderer's name. Alright. I believe you guys might know what the hell's going to be going on here. So, this to that, right? I'm sure you guys already figured it out. Here we go here. And then we go here, I believe. And then here. Here. Oops. There. There. And yeah. Oh, don't forget that. Yeah, I think you guys know what this is, right? It's a defense attorney's duty to prove his client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Oh boy. Emma. So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Oh god. Did we really have to do that? I mean, of all people. She may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma Skye. Oh, I just got chills down my body right now. See, Worthy? Can't say I didn't warn you. Oh, you son of a bitch. Chief Gant, do you understand the implications of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in that case, were you not? Ugh. Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction. But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That was undeniable. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know? We aren't defenders of justice. What? We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on a prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. Oh boy. What's going on at the prosecutor's office? They might have sent an innocent man to his death! How could he just stand there like it wasn't his fault? Order! 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 Yeah, we lost the... Yeah, there we go. The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. I seriously have chills right now from what the hell is going on. Like, I know what's gonna be happening, but not the details, and it comes back to me. I'm like, what the shit? Oh, man. This is why I love this game. I love any game with a very, very good story. I mean, that's like the main reason why sometimes I buy games is or play them, is because I know they're gonna have a good story, and sometimes I know it's just gonna be fun. You know, like a good example is what is it? Oh, Metal Gear. You know, a lot of people may not find the game fun because it's like, oh, you're just hiding from people and you're figuring out to do this and this and that. But what I really loved about the whole game was the story. No one can deny that, in my opinion. I mean, if they do, then they must... I don't know what the hell their taste in stories is, but that is one of the most well-thought-out stories I've ever heard. And that's why I love the series so much. And that's why I love Phoenix Wright so much, is because of the stories and the cases in here. Okay. Don't mean to, you know, go off like that in rants, but, yeah. So next time, we're going to be continuing our trial and just seeing if it's true, if Emma really did unintentionally kill Prosecutor Marshall, which I really hope she didn't, but, you know, then again, that's what it looks like. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney for Nintendo DS. I'll see you guys later.